I'll just say my faith, belief, and really the people around me kept me going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, each time you feel like you want to lose faith, just those little extras that just give you that edge, that nudge to keep going forward, you know.
Sweet. So, all right, Kel-P. So this is an interview about you and your journey in music, and we'll talk about the EP you have coming out and how you got to where you are today.
That's good. That's good. I'm with you.
Amazing, man.
Yeah.
Killer. So talk to me about where were you born and raised?
Lagos, Nigeria, you know.
Right on. What was it like? I mean, tell me about that. Obviously, I don't have any real clue. I'm really not really traveled, to be honest. I've been to like Mexico. That's about it. So talk to me about where you grew up. What was that like?
You know, based on popular opinion, Lagos, Nigeria, I know everyone will have heard about Nigeria. But yeah, it's a good place. And growing up hasn't been easy, but yeah, we turned out nice and it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good place, you know. Growing up, always wanting to do music and everything. And right now I'm living my dream. So really.
Yeah, man, you've accomplished so much. It's so amazing. Winning a Grammy, Grammy Award winning. It's killer, man.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, like, how did you get into music? Do you come from a musical household?
I wouldn't say that, not really, but growing up, I always wanted to do music, you know. I always knew I wanted to do music.
Mm-hmm.
So early on in my years, naturally, my parents wouldn't, my family didn't accept it, you know. But at the end of the day, you just have to know this is what you want. This is what you want to do, and have faith in yourself. And yeah, it's been a good journey so far. And I know I'm just scratching the surface, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, for sure. What about music, like instruments? Like, what was the first instrument you learned how to play?
First instrument, I would say I started with my beats.
Oh, really? Were you making that? Like, how are you making beats?
Software, you know, started with like that. So yeah, just various things, you know. Then right now I'm making good beats, my software and live instruments and everything really.
Mm-hmm. So you started making beats. Like, how old were you when you became interested in that?
I would say, how old was I? I can't really remember, but I know I was pretty young growing up with the mindset of wanting to do music, wanting to produce my own music, wanting to make my own music. Then I was about, I think, 18, 19, thereabout, when I decided, this was really what I wanted to do. So I started pushing from there. Met a couple of people put me on, and the rest has been history from there.
Mm-hmm. Was there like a moment that you can remember that kind of sparked, like you said around 18, 19, that you wanted to really pursue it? Like, was there something that happened or a moment that you had where you really chose to start really going for music?
I would say majorly that's just inner desire, like inspiration. I just know that's what works for me. That's my thing. That's what I want to do. You know, I've always known that. So given that age period was, I think, when I decided to take action and move and start doing. You know, it's one thing to desire something, it's one thing to will it to be. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah. I mean, to get that, to have the desire, right? Exactly. Putting it in action is totally different. Were you writing songs around that time? Is that kind of what got you going, or is that when you started writing songs?
I was writing songs, composing, all around the clock.
Sure.
So yeah. So yeah.
What would you say, like, early on was kind of something, I mean, to make the decision to want to pursue music as like a full-time thing and just having the songs, like, was there a moment that like validated you where you were able to continue to go? Because I would imagine if you were just putting out songs and no one cared, you'd get to a point where you're like, does this really, is this really something I should continue doing? Like, was there like some little victories early on that kind of continued the fire for wanting to pursue music?
I'll just say my faith, belief, and really the people around me kept me going.
Mm-hmm.
Each time you feel like you want to lose faith, just those little extras that just give you that edge, that nudge to keep going forward, So yeah, shout out to everyone who believes in me, who have supported me to date. So yeah, really
Yeah,
can't do without any of them.
sure. I mean, then how many years later was it when you how many years were you working on it when you got the nomination for the Grammy?
Oh, okay. That's basically about. I've been with my managers for about 3 years now.
Uh-huh.
So around that period, yeah,
Wow.
when we yeah, about 3 years working with Burna and some other artists, So it's been a work in progress for a long time now,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, but
I'll
to
say,
achieve that, I mean, I would imagine that's got to be like the ultimate goal, right? That's like the ultimate award, to win a Grammy
well,
award for music.
it's good to have it in our catalog, but I wouldn't say that's the ultimate thing in music. But it's good to have it,
What
It's
would you
good to
say? Yeah, I
recognize the
mean,
work.
I'm just looking at it as like, I don't know, like maybe like a Super Bowl or something like that. You know what I mean? Like winning that is such a big deal.
Yeah, well,
But
it is true, truthfully.
sure, but
It
for you,
feels good.
it's just a
It feels
piece of
good.
the
It feels
puzzle.
good.
Yeah. Do you remember getting the call that you were nominated?
Yeah, I was told by my manager, shout out to Shay.
That's killer, man.
It felt great.
And then from there, was that when you signed the deal through Aristocrat? Was that around that time, or had you won after the fact?
I think it was after that,
Okay. So even getting signed to a label like that is another massive accomplishment, right?
Yeah, it was okay.
It was okay. Well, so well, you were mainly
shout out to my label, Jones Worldwide,
yeah. Well, I was going to ask you, yeah, you have the label now, right? I mean, but to even just kind of have the platform in the beginning there to set it off, I would think that would be kind of an accomplishment in the sense.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good.
Yeah. Well, so you've done all these huge things. And mainly, what are you working kind of behind the scenes? I mean, not now. Well, when we get into the EP, is like you're front and forward with your voice and everything. But prior to that, were you kind of working exclusively on just production and beats and composing the music and working with other artists? Like, tell me about that, and then kind of how you got into doing this new EP where you're the voice on it.
Oh, so for me, I've always wanted to produce music and like bring forth my own music for people to hear me, hear what I have to bring out, hear what I have to say, So me working with everyone I've worked with today till date has been a journey of learning, learning, understanding more about music, getting to know more about cultures around the world, So that's influenced me to date, to bringing out a project that I know or we feel cuts across, boundaries and all. So yeah, it has been a learning process for me, and yeah, we're still learning, and want to bring out more for people to hear.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And well, so then coming out with the song, you know, you've released a song off the EP that's coming out in February, I believe, or next month.
It's out. One more night is
one's out, right? But the whole EP isn't out yet.
Oh yeah, February.
Yeah. So the one record is out so far. What was it like? Kind of was that were you nervous at all, or was that that must be a big deal to put out your first song with your voice on it, and people know you kind of as this producer, or know you as a producer, and then you're like coming forward with the song with your voice. How much different was that putting out?
I wouldn't say it's much of a difference, but now it's time to put a face to the name Kel-P,
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't say I'm nervous. Nah, it's far from that. I'm just excited. I'm grateful, feeling good, feeling great. Want the world to hear what we have for them, So no, it's more about excitement really, and knowing the people will dance and be positively affected by, the vibration and the frequency and the rhythms, Yeah. Mm-hmm. So basically that's it.
Did you know that you wanted to put out One More Night first, like to have, the full Bully Season Volume 1?
Yeah, we knew we wanted to put out One More Night first, So yeah, shout out to One More Night. It's doing great, Stream my music, and I know everyone will enjoy it.
Yeah, no, it's an incredible record. It's a great record, man. And you did a video for it, like the visualizer for it is awesome as well too.
Yeah, that was in LA,
Okay, so you went to LA to shoot that?
Oh yeah, we've been going around producing, working, going around. Then why not shoot a video there too? So
yeah, man, for sure. Well, tell me about the rest of the EP. Is it fairly similar to the One More Night, or is it much different?
Oh no, it's all round. We have Sundress, we have Tropicana Baby. Mm-hmm. We have songs for you, just wait on the EP. I won't use my mouth to talk much about it, but I know I'm going to deliver something the world is yet to see. So, yeah.
That's
trust
exciting.
Me on that. Yeah, trust on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about recording the EP? Was it due to the state of the world with like COVID and all that, did that affect the recording of the album at all? Or the recording of the EP at all? Or was it all kind of started once stuff was opening up more?
It didn't. I wouldn't say it affected much.
Mm-hmm.
Started this journey for like 2 years now. It's been 2 years in the making for this EP.
Mm-hmm.
So traveling and all, recording by myself. My studio, going out, sourcing, so the state or the issues in the state didn't really affect or haven't really affected my recording and production. But yeah,
mm-hmm.
nothing really disturbs me in it.
Did you work mainly on it, the whole record, by yourself? Or
no.
Okay.
I collaborated with a few people. I'm not the one producing, the tracks on the volume 1, so I have a few people, few producers. I work with a few producers on this volume 1. So yeah, but no one else is on this track or on this album other than me.
Oh, yeah, just your voice only?
Just my voice, yeah. I want the world to hear my story, my side, what I have to produce on this. So it's really a bully season on this. I'm coming to eat everyone up,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so no other person, no features, just me, just Kel-P to you, to the world.
I love it. So you got Bully Season Volume 1. So I'm imagining there's a second volume.
Oh yeah, I'm working on it right now. London. I'm in the recording session right now. Yeah. Shout out to my man.
Okay. Yeah. So you're actually actively working on Volume 2 right now as we speak.
You know, that's what we were working on before the call came in. And yeah, we're still working on it. Shout out to my man TSB, we're currently working. So
wow, I mean, you're yeah, man, you're just keep going. You have the EP doesn't come out until next month, and you've already started up on Volume 2. I love that.
Well, you know, the music is for the people, and we just have to keep giving the people what they need and what was necessary for them to have a good time, to have a good vibe, you know. So yeah, you can't lose God. You always have to be on check.
Mm-hmm. Well, man, I love what you're doing so far. At least the song that I've heard. I can't wait to hear the rest of the EP. And you, I mean, congratulations on like Grammy win. You just won it this year. That's so insane.
Yeah, it's cool. It's good. It's great. It's a good feeling. I won't lie.
Yeah. Did you have a chance to go to the Grammy Awards, or did you?
No,
okay.
Able to go.
But still, the win, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's very great. See every morning hanged.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Is there a particular song on Bully Season Volume 1 that you're really excited to share with everyone, or is all of them? I would think all of them you're pretty excited about, but is there a particular song or a moment that happened on recording and that you can't wait for people to hear?
I'm not going to be biased to any of my creations.
Okay.
So yeah.
I love it. You're excited for all of them. All
of them. Trust me. Just trust that.
I will. I really dig what you're doing thus far. I can't wait to hear the rest of it. And I appreciate you taking time. I mean, to leave the studio right now and come hang out with me, man. It means a lot.
I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone who tunes in, supporting and all. So yeah, I got you.
Awesome. Well, I have one more question. I want to know if you have any advice for aspiring artists, songwriters, producers out there right now.
So I'd say to my young ones and the ones who are aspiring to, become greater in their craft, be consistent, put in the work, have faith in yourself and the team around you. Have a good team around you and management, number one. Like, that's very, very important, So, yeah, consistency, dedication, effort, hard work, advice, and just being a good person, trying to be a good person, at all times, putting in the work. So, yeah.